twongeye kubaha ikaze kuri cya gice twahariye ask lecturer cyangwa se baza mwarimu. Muri kumwe na lecturer Eli Nation. I would like to welcome everyone who is following us. This is a good moment where we are in the discussion or we are receiving every question about all courses do I give through the YouTube channel, which is called Nation University Rwanda. Welcome. I'm with a student. He is Egide, and he's going to ask some questions related to the financial management, where there are some points that he's not understanding. That is the question we are going to answer. Thank you. Welcome.
My question is this. Working capital management is a process of managing all aspects of both current assets and current liabilities. As a business manager, what do you think this is the reason behind this understanding?
Okay, thank you. I'm going to answer this question in a different ways, but what I want to point on is only two. I'm going to talk about insolvency and liquidation. So he's asking me about why the managers who has to manage well or current asset and current liabilities. So already as manager, you have to know about current asset. So let me start by identify or by defining what a current asset is. So when we say a current asset, are those assets of the business that may be equal to the cash, or that may turn it into cash, and those assets may be kept not above 1 year, or it's a 12 months. When we try to give some example like stock, cash at hand, account receivable, those are what we call current asset. So, but current liabilities as those liabilities or obligation of the business in the future, like account payable, like short loan term. So all those terms or those assets has to be managed on the part of current asset and current liabilities. The reason is this: it's in order to avoid liquidation and what we call an insolvency. When we say insolvency, it's that part a business reach where it can't pay its debt. Yeah, you understand this. There are some people or there are some institutions that gives loans for the business. So if you are in a business, you are required to pay those loans and those monies you have been given as a manager or as a business in order to be used as a working capital. You have to manage them well in order to get your profit and another money to pay for those who give you a credit. So another one, it's what we call illiquidation. Illiquidation is the state does a business made where it can't or their assets can't be turned into money. Where let me give you an example. You listen to the business where he's saying that you may buy one and you give you another. We may give you another for free. That's terms like that. It is likely to be used when the business is not generating the income, or where it is not getting the money or the revenue that it is expecting to get from his product and services. Means there's some state where business reach, where its assets, where its product, it has no value on the marketplace when you compare to the competitors. Maybe according to bad management, to bad ingredient you have used to make your product. So things like that. That is why the current asset and the current liability has to be managed well. So let me continue on this context. There's many reasons you have to manage well your current asset and current liability. So let's we go on this point again. There is some term which is also used by answering this one, like liquidity management. In the liquidity management, ensuring the companies has enough cash flow to meet its short-term liabilities is critical. Effective working capital management helps to prevent cash shortage. When you are minimizing or when you are making sure that your current asset and current liabilities are balancing well, so here you avoid to lose some money, you avoid to use money in the way which is not proper. So another one, it's what we call an operational efficiency. So we manage those current assets and the current liability for an operational efficiency. By managing current assets like inventory and receivables efficiently, a business can reduce costs and improve operational performance. Here, the company will improve its operational performance by managing its current asset. Because when you have a current asset which is not enough, you know how you can manage. When you have a current asset which is enough, and also you know how you can use it, where you can't use what you don't have. Yeah. Another reason, it's what we call a risk management. Understanding the balance between current asset and liabilities can help in mitigating financial risk, such as insolvency or over-reliance on short-term financing. So when you do manage well your current asset and the current liabilities, it gives you an ability of avoiding insolvency. As I've explained it, insolvency is the state that company meet where it can't pay the debts, or where it's the obligation of the company can't be fulfilled due to the bad management or bad handling of the assets. So another reason, it's what you call profitability. Proper management of working capital can lead to lower cost and potentially high sales and profits, as funds are readily available for operations and investment opportunity. So this, by managing the current asset and the current liabilities, it gives an ability to the business to get more profit, because they will know how to reduce their costs of the raw materials. Because when we are in the production, there are some costs that we spend by manufacturing, by security, by in the wage, so in our transport. There are many costs. But when you are good at managing your current asset, you do understand and you try to know how we can manage. How can you manage? Because this financial management, its objective is to manage your stock or your current asset as minimum as possible. Because if you don't know how to manage your stock or your current asset at minimum as possible, your company will never get a profit. Because in order to get profit, you should know how you can manage or you can minimize the costs and the expenses you do spend in a production. Another reason, it's what you call financial health. A company's working capital position reflects its financial health and the ability to sustain operations, making it a key for investors and stakeholders. So that was question one. Let me again call Ejid to ask another questions.
So thank you for your explanation, but I have the next question, which is, firms in the market economy are expected to produce goods and services not designed by society as efficiently as possible. As a financial manager, do you agree with this statement? If yes or not, discuss.
Thank you, Ejid, for another question. In this program, which is called Ask Lecturer or Baza Mwalimu, so it is coming to help you to understand the question or some challenges you made in our previous video in our uploadings we do on YouTube channel and even on the social medias related to National University Rwanda. So thank you. I would like to ask that question I will just use many ways, but let me start on this one. Ngiye gusubiza iki kibazo nifashishije inzira zitandukanye, ariko ndabizi uraza kucyumva. So the business, it is not required to produce the business or the products or services which is not required. So means they are supposed or it is a must to produce the goods and services which is desired by the society. So where you are going to ask where you are going to answer that question, you should start by no. Because as someone who is asking, he has started by no. He's not confirming that the companies has to produce the goods and services which required or which desired by the society. Mu gusubiza iki kibazo uri kumbaza arambajije ngo ese nka company cyangwa se nka business ese tugomba gukora ibintu cyangwa se tugomba gutanga services zidakenewe n'abakiriya. Igisubizo ni oya. Kuko tugomba gukora ibintu bikenewe na societe cyangwa se bikenewe n'abakiriya, yaba service dutanga yaba product dutanga. So because we do produce the goods and services which required by the client in order to maximize our profit. Yeah, means we do it for a profit maximization. Because if you're not aiming at maximizing the profit, so we may do as we want. But as you know, the business, the reason why the business exists or the reason for the business created is just to maximize the profit. Because any reason of the business, it's to maximize the profit. If not, so you may close your door and you can't wish to open the door. You can't wish to have an industry, or you can't wish to form any business. That's why we have to produce goods and services that are desired by the society. Another one, it is in order to maximize the revenue. Revenue, the same time, it is understood as a profit. But a revenue, it comes from many activities that business does. Maybe or before it collects or it removes or wages or taxes or whatever or a cost of the business. Where you do gives the goods and services that are desired by the society, you do accumulate or you do collect a high number or large amount of the revenue. That is one reason. The next reason is to accelerate the high collection or high levels of the sales. When the business is giving the goods and services which is desired by the society, so he do collect more than a millions. And he do sells more than a million product and services. That's why as a company, in order to maximize or to get high numbers of the sales, you have to give the services and the product which is desired by the society. So that's why I'm going to use another ways in order to help you to understand this. But that's the main key you may use for answering that one. So nicho narindi kuvuga ubundi business igomba gukora ibintu bikenewe na societe cyangwa se n'abakiriya. Kubera ko impamvu ya mbere no kugira ngo bongere profit cyangwa se bongere inyungu. Icyo ni icya mbere. Hanyuma ikindi impamvu company igomba guproducinga ibintu bikenewe na societe no kugira ngo yongere sales cyangwa se yongere ibicuruzwa umubare w'ibintu bacuruza. Rero niyo mpamvu company igomba gukora ibintu bikenewe na societe. Aho rero bari bavuze ngo icyo kibazo kuno cyabazaga bari bavuze ngo igomba gukora ibintu bidakenewe. Igisubizo ni oya, kuko igomba gukora ibikenewe na societe kugira ngo babone amafaranga menshi ari profit, inyungu nyinshi ya kugira ngo ikindi bongere umubare w'ibintu bacuruza, ikindi kugira ngo bakangurira abantu cyangwa se babone umubare munini w'abakiriya. So hanyuma indi mpamvu bagomba gukora ibintu bikenewe na societe, impamvu wasubiza no kuko yari yabaje ngo kubera iki tugomba gukora ibintu bidakenewe. Misinterpretation of efficiency. So if firm focus solely on efficiency while producing undesired goods, it can lead to misallocation of resources. Efficiently in production should ideally align with societal need to create value. Another reason, market demand and supply. Efficient operations should ideally be in line with market demand. Producing goods that are not desired can result in excess inventory and wastage, which contradicts the goal of efficiency. Nicyo ndi kubabwira hano, iyo company iramutse ikoze ibintu bidakenewe na society, icyambere haba ikintu kitwa high wastage, kuba mwa spending cyangwa se kuba mwatakaza ibintu bidakenewe. Wastage ni hari ukuntu company usanga iri gusesagura, so hari ibintu byinshi bipfa kubera ko mwakoze ibintu bidakenewe na societe, none ibintu byanyu batangiye kubyanga, ibintu bipfa bitangira kuba byinshi. Rero tugomba gukora ibintu bikenewe as a company kugira ngo tukora icyo bita to minimize cyangwa se kugabanya umubare w'ibintu bigenda bipfa ubusa. So that's why as a company we have to produce the goods and services which is desired in order to avoid what we call a wastage and some losses. So indi mpamvu hari icyo bita social responsibility. As a financial manager, there is a growing emphasis on corporate social responsibilities. Firms are increasingly expected to consider the societal impact of their production process, ensuring that they meet consumer needs while operating efficiently. Another reason is to make sure that your society are satisfied, or in order to make sure that your society they do not have any complaint. So muri business tugomba gukora ibintu bikenewe na society kugira ngo hataba complaints nyinshi cyangwa se kurekarama kwinshi, kurekarama mwaduhaye ibintu bibi iki kuko mwakoze ibintu abantu badashaka. Rero hajya hazamo kurekarama no kumva abantu bakwigumura kuri product yanyu, akenshi ugasanga so uretse kuba mwabifasha abantu, uretse kuba mwabitanga for free, ugasanga nta bandi bakeneye ibintu byanyu. So that is why you have to produce a goods and services desired by the society. Another reason is long-term sustainability. Producing unwanted goods may generate short-term profit, but in long run, it can harm a firm's reputation and market position. Sustainability often demands that companies adapt of the changing preferences of the society. So that's why, as I'm telling you, the companies has to produce those goods which is desired by the society in order to avoid to harm or it's just to there's some what we call a reputation and the credibility. There's some people who take your companies as main important or who take it as a main one. So if you disappoint them, so they go away, they go to your competitors, they never wish to come to your companies, and they start to think that maybe your competitors may have a good product than you. That's why as a company you have to manage well what you are producing in order to produce what is required by the society, because the society, you have to know their needs and wants in order to know how you can satisfy them through what we call their feedbacks, to do displays how they wish or what's a quality and quantity of the product that they wish to be served or that they wish to receive. That's why for a long-term sustainability, in order to avoid some losses in the future, so you have to produce what is required by society. Another reason is an innovation and adaptation. Firms should strive not just to be efficient, but to innovate and adapt their product offering based on what society desires. Those ensuring both markets relevance and efficiency. In conclusion, while efficiency is important, a complete alignment with societal need is crucial for long-term business success. A balance between operational efficiency and the production of socially desirable goods should be pursued by firms in a market economy.
Muraho neza abari mu Rwanda ndetse no hanze yarwo. Nitwa Uwase Yvette, nkaba ndi umunyeshuri usoreje muri MIPC Muhabura Integrated Polytechnic. nkaba nanjye narakurikiranye amasomo kuri Nation University, especially isomo nakurikiranye rikamfasha cyane ni research methodology, ko ryaramfashije mu kwandika igitabo kwanjye. Murakoze cyane. Ciao.